morning or afternoon, baseball fans, depending on where you're at. Anthony Bums Gaming, and we are back with another game from our 1921 Payoff Pitch Yankees replay, Game 10 of the 1921 season, as the Yankees continue their series against the Washington Senators. A game, it's in real life, played 4-26-21, that the Senators won 5-4, which was their third win in a row over the Yankees. The Yankees have fared much better against the Senators in this replay, and today they look to take another. We're going to get straight to the starting lineups here. First, for your Senators, leading off at first base, Joe Judge, Clyde Milan in right, Sam Rice in center, Duffy Lewis in left, Bucky Harris at second, Howie Shanks at the hot corner, Frank O'Rourke at short. Patsy Garrity is back behind the plate today, and on the mound, the famous clown prince of baseball, Al Schacht. And Schacht in 1921 had a record of 6-6, 4.90 ERA. So on paper, looks like prime picking for a powerful Yankees lineup that starts with Chick Fuster at second, Roger Peckinpah at short, the Bambino in left, Wally Pipp at first, Bob Musial in right, Ping Bodie in center, Aaron Ward at third, and Wally Shang behind the plate. And on the mound today for the Yankees, the veteran Jack Quinn, who was 8-7, 3.78 ERA in 1921. So we are ready to get going. Umpire yells play ball, and Joe Judge is going to start it off for the Senators. Here we go. And that's going to be an in-play out of the gate, and it's going to be a ground ball down to third base. Aaron Ward gobbles that up, whips it over to first, one down. Speedy Clyde Milan will be up next against Quinn, and he's going to get a patient result, 73, and that's going to, or 75. Sorry, that's going to be a almost hit by pitch, but instead a shallow fly ball to center field. No problem out there for Bodie. 2 quick outs to start the game for Quinn and the Yanks. And the dangerous Sam Rice steps up. Sam Rice, he's going to get a tough result, and against the right-hander, 56, and that's going to be a ground ball or a fly ball to left field. Babe Ruth, can of corn for the Bambino. 3 up, 3 down, go the Sens in the first. Yankees coming to the plate. Chick Fuster to lead it off. In-play result to Fuster, and against the right-handed pitching Schacht, it's going to be a pop fly behind home plate. Moving back to camp out under that and pull it in as Patsy Garrity, one down. Shortstop Roger Peckinpah steps in. And Peckinpah gets tough. Swing and a miss over the curveball. Way out in front of that was Peck. So a punchy to start the game for Schacht. 2 down, and the Bambino steps up. Ruth has been on a little bit of a mini tear. It's going to be an in-play result, and Ruth grounds out to shortstop, ranging behind the bag. Frank O'Rourke whips it to first, and the Yanks go down quietly in the first as well. So in a very offensive-heavy season, we have no score heading into the top of the second inning, and joining us at the ballpark, Matt, Steeler fan 1933, and RGL 518. Robert, welcome, my friends. Yeah, I knew I had to get in another game, Robert, so you could get one in too, since I'm the slow piece of this 1921 replay. So Jack Quinn to face Duffy Lewis, and Lewis starts it off with an in-play result, drives that into center field, and Bodie ranges to his left to pull it in for the first out here in the top of the second. Second baseman Bucky Harris digs in, and tough result to Harris, and that's going to be a fly ball to center field. This time ranging to his right to make the play is Bodie, so 2 outs. And Pink Bodie is a busy man. 3 of the 5 outs recorded by him, and foul into the stands. New ball in play, and here comes the pitch. And 9, that's going to be a patient result. And 9 will be an in-play result, 37. And that's a pop fly into shallow center field. Going back to pull that in is Peckinpah. And the Senators go down in order again in the second. So heading to the bottom of the frame, no score in this one. And it is going to be Pipp, Musial, and Bodie for the Yanks. Clown Prince of Baseball, Al Schacht, has a sign. That's going to be a defensive check, and that will be bad no matter what it is. Range play on the shortstop. That's going to be a single in our first hit of the game as Pip drives that back up the middle. Unable to track that down as O'Rourke. Runner on first base, nobody out. And Pip, actually, that is within his steal rating, so he's going to go. Garrity has an arm of 1. And Pip's steal rating is a C. All right, so C1 is going to be poor, and sometimes that's how the dice works. Poor, and going to be thrown out easy, out by a good 1.5 feet. And it's coming up throwing is Garrity to make the play. 1 down for Bob Musial. And 11, that's going to be an in-play result. And Musial drives that into left field. So an error, costly error potentially. Trying to steal there for Pip. 1 down, 1 on for Ping Bodie. Here comes a pitch. 7, that'll be an in-play result. And Bodie grounds that down to second base or shortstop. And that is going to be a fielder's choice. So 6-4 on the put out erases Musial. 2 down, runner on first. And Aaron Ward steps in. That's going to be another defensive check. So 2 quick in this game. It's going to be an error check on the first baseman. And error check, a rating of 4 at first base, making the play easily down there for the Senators and taking it to the bag himself is Judge, 3 unassisted. So the Yanks get a couple of hits. Strand 1. We're heading to the top of the 3rd inning. No score in this one. And Matt, since I got a new laptop on Sunday, picked up the 2015 Pittsburgh Penguins replay. Oh, nice. Second 10 football is a great game. It's a very fun game to play. And OBS does not work very well on my desktop. It's weird. It doesn't work on my desktop seamlessly for whatever reason on my laptop, which is a very powerful computer. I just have issues getting it to run on that too. So that's why I don't broadcast any other game types. But I digress. Top of the 3rd, Frank O'Rourke as the Senators looking for their first base runner in this one. That's going to be an in-play result. And just like that, cued off the end of the bat, just over the shortstop's head, and O'Rourke's onto the leadoff single. So as usual, I jinx the pitcher. And in-play result to Patsy Garrity, and that's going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher, and no play there at second. He's going to go the short way, 1-3 on the putout. So the Senators with a runner in scoring position, and Al Schacht, the pitcher, up. And he is not a great hitting pitcher. They're going to let him swing away anyway. And it will be a patient result. And what do you know? That's a single right back up the middle. And that's blooped in there. Runner on second base is going to score. So Schacht comes through, and the Senators break to a 1-0 lead. And I contemplated him having him bunt, but with 1 out. Let him hit away, and it paid off for the Senators. So Joe Judge up now. And that'll be a patient result. And 30 is going to be a base on balls. So as sometimes happens in this game, when things go wrong, they really start to go wrong. Runners on first and second, still only a single out. And Clyde Milan steps in, and that's going to be an in-play result for Milan. And 42 will be a line drive right at the shortstop. So nice play at short by Peckinpah. 2 down for Sam Rice, the lefty. And Rice hit .337 against right-handed pitching in 1921. And he's going to come through again, 25. It's going to be a grounder up the middle. Runner on first advances 2. Runner on second scores. And Schacht crosses the plate with run number 2 for the Senators as they break to a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 3rd. And former Sox Duffy Lewis is up. An in-play result to Lewis. And that'll be a ground ball down to shortstop. Peckinpah is going to go the long way to first. Side is retired, but not before the Senators break through with 3 hits, a base on balls, and get a couple of runs. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Washington 2, New York 0. And for the Yanks, it's going to be Shang, Quinn, and back to the top of the order, Chick Fuster. Now, Red Sox fan, welcome to the ballpark, my friend. Hope you're having a great day. As Shang to face Shaq, that's going to be an in-play result. A line drive to shortstop and an easy play for O'Rourke. Hit straight at him. Didn't even have to move. One down for the Yankees as Jack Quinn steps up. Quinn cruising along, ran into a tough patch in that last inning. 7, that's going to be an in-play result. And Quinn gets a hold of that and hits that into the gap. That's going to split the outfielders and rounding first, heading to second. Stand up, 1-out double is the pitcher, Jack Quinn. Yankee pitchers, notably Carl Mays, have hit fairly well in this replay so far. So Shaq now sees a runner in scoring position, top of the order, Chick Fuster, and Fuster's going to keep it going, as that is going to be a ground ball up the middle, and runner on first advances 1, runner on second 1, and a potential to score. We are going to hold Quinn, so runners at the corners. A slow-running pitcher, no sense risking an out. With the meat of the order coming up, 1 down for Peckinpah. On deck awaits Babe Ruth, and 64 on a patient, and that is going to be a bases-clearing triple. Peckinpah drives that deep over the head of the center fielder, and Sam Rice tracks it down near the wall, gets it back in, but we are tied up as Peckinpah comes up huge, 2-run triple, 1 down, and that's going to bring up the Bambino. Ruth grounded out to short his first time up. Let's see if Ruth can extend the lead, and that'll be an in-play result, and Ruth gets a hold of that and drives that down the right field line to the corner. He's going to be in at second base with a stand-up double, and another run comes across. Yankees take the lead 3-2, and Ruth absolutely smoked that ball. Checking up with the chat. I hate when work gets in the way. That's why I'm going fast with this one and no 7th inning fun fact today. I am squeezing this in on a break at work. So Wally Pipp, the batter, and 5. That'll be a tough to Pipp. And Pipp, 27, just misses getting a hold of that. It's going to be a pop fly behind the second baseman. And drifting back to pull that in and end the inning is Bucky Harris. But the Yankees strike back quickly. 3 runs on 4 hits. Leave 1, and we're heading to the 4th. New York leads at 3-2. Jack Quinn. Bucky Harris will lead it off, followed by Howie Shanks, Frank O'Rourke. Here we go. And 6, that'll be an in-play result to Harris. Pop fly into foul territory, and Pipp ranges over near the stands to pull that in. 1 down. Howie Shanks comes up, and Shanks popped out to short his first time up. And we're going to get a patient result, and Shanks checks his swing just outside on the curveball and down to first base on a walk. So 2 down, or 1 down, runner on first for Frank O'Rourke. Here comes the pitch. In play result to O'Rourke. It's going to be a fly ball into center field, and going back to pull that in on the run is Ping Bodie. Nice running catch. Back to first. Scamper Shanks. 2 down, runner on for Patsy Garrity. And Garrity, tough result, and 45. Swing and a miss. The high heat Quinn. Gave him junk a couple of pitches before, then blew the fastball by him. So the Senators are retired in the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left, and heading to the bottom of the inning. It'll be Musial, Bodie, and Ward with the Yankees holding a 3-2 lead. And in-play result to Musial, who drives deep into left field, back in the corner near the wall, and reaching up to pull it in. Nice catch out there by Duffy Lewis, who is an excellent defensive outfielder. Fenway Park's left field area was named in his honor at the time. As Ping Bodie steps up, Bodie reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. And that'll be an in-play result. And Bodie, terrible against right-handers, pops it up and just making a snow cone catch of that in shallow center field is Bucky Harris, so 2 down. Usually 18 on an in-play result would be good. You're right. The last two fun, quote unquote, fun facts I have been kind of tragic, so I need to probably lighten that up a little bit. So maybe it's good I'm skipping it today. Patient result from Shaq horror stories. 19 to Aaron Ward. That's going to be a four-pitch walk. Ward trots down to first base. Wally Shang, the batter. Here comes a pitch, and that's going to be an in-play result. 88, ground ball down to shortstop, and Frank O'Rourke flips it underhand to the second baseman, and side is retired. So Yankees, no runs, no hits, no errors, one left for them. We're heading to the halfway point, inning number 5. New York clinging to that 3-2 lead. And ballpark, and you know what that means, except a 99 is going to make it in play. It's usually a good result for the Polo Grounds. Al Shack looking for his second hit. Not this time, funny guy, as that's a shallow fly ball into left field, but Ruth has plenty of time to get to. Saunters in and flips it back to the infield, one down, back to the top of the order, Joe Judge. And tough result to Joe Judge, 27, foul tipped, hung on to. Nice pitch. That looked like it had a little substance on it as it danced past the bat. Joe Judge just got a piece of the bat on it, but making a nice play to hold on to that foul. Wally Shang, 2 down for Clyde Milan. And in-play result to Milan, and 40, that's going to be a ground ball down to the first baseman, Pip, and waves off the pitcher, takes it himself. Senators go down in order, so Quinn back in a groove after a rather rough third. The Yankees lead it 3-2 at the halfway point, and it's going to be Quinn himself, then back to the top of that lethal order again, which means Ruth coming up. A patient result to Jack Quinn, and 44, that's going to be a base on ball, so Quinn. Both pitchers have done a little bit of damage. That's the second time Quinn has reached base, doubled and scored his last time up. So back to the top of the order for Chick Fuster. And faked the bunt, pulled it back, and 76 will be a fly ball into center field. Routine play out there, though, for Sam Rice. One down, Roger Peckinpah, the batter. Shack gets a sign. Here comes a pitch, and in play result to Peckinpah. That's going to be a ground ball down to third base. Charging in to pull that, only plays to first base for Howie Shanks. So moving on to second base is Jack Quinn, runner in scoring position, 5-3 on the putout. And the Bambino steps up again, RBI double his last time up. This bat has come alive over the last 3 or 4 games. 6, that's going to be an in-play result, and it's going to remain alive. 2 outs, and with a run rating of 6, we're going to have to go to the cards, though, to see if the pitcher can score. That's blooped into right field, and runner advancement's only going to be a single base. So Babe Ruth, 2 for 3 now, as his average continues to climb in this replay. Brings up Wally Pipp. Pipp today, 1 for 2, singled, and made a terrible error to try and steal. We're going to have a defensive check. It's going to be an error check on the second baseman, and error rating of 3 at second. 53, and that is going to indeed be an error. 1 base, and a run will score. Yankees extend their lead. On the E4, no RBI credited as Quinn comes in to score. That's an unearned run for Shack. Yankees up 4-2, and going down to second base on that is the Bambino. So 2 down, 2 on for Bob Musial. Musial was off to a horrific start. He had a good game last time out. Is 1 for 2 today. Here comes a pitch, and patient, 0-0, and that is going to be rare play. And again, we use the in development Glory Days baseball rare play chart. So multiple runners on. We'll be looking at column 3 to see what happens here. 83. And 83, umpire misses hit by pitch. Batter argues and is ejected. Okay. So we're going to have to go to the bench as Musial is given an early shower. And the Yankees need a new right fielder. And that is going to be Brago Roth. So Roth replaces the ejected Musial. And we'll complete his at-bat. And Roth in right field is a C2 with an arm of 6. So very comparable defensively. All right, the dust is settled. And Brago Roth in, and Musial continues to chirp from the dugout. Umpire stops play, tells him to get the hell out of the ballpark. Meanwhile, tough result to Brago Roth, 57, and that's going to be a swing and a miss as the cold Roth blown away by Shaq. The Yankees scratch out a run off a hit, walk, and an error, though, as we are through 5. New York leads it 4-2 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. It's going to be Sam Rice, Duffy Lewis, and Bucky Harris, meat of the Senators' order. Quinn gets a sign, kicks, delivers, defensive check, and that's going to be good no matter what it is. Error check on third baseman. A slight bobble down there by Aaron Ward, but he recovers, makes a bullet throw across the diamond. Rice is retired by a step. 1 down for Duffy Lewis. Here we go. In play result to the Duffster, and he gets a hold of that, grounds it into the hole between short and third. Nice backhanded stop out there by the shortstop Peckinpah. Plants his feet, fires, and Lewis is nipped at first. So 2 down on a couple of nice infield plays. Brings up Bucky Harris 0 for 2 today. Here comes a pitch by Quinn, and that's going to be an in play. Driven into center field, and Ping Bodie coming in hard, slides, and pulls that off the mat. Nice sliding catch in center, and the Senators go down in order again as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. New York holding a 4-2 lead. And for the Yanks, it'll be Ping Bodie, Aaron Ward, and Wally Shang due up. It's going to be a tough result to Ping Bodie, and 64. Flirted with a hit, instead a ground ball behind second base, and ranging into the hole to pick that up is Bucky Harris. Pivots and fires, and Bodie is retired. 1 down. Third sacker, Aaron Ward, steps up. Shaq gets a sign. Here comes a pitch, and that's going to be a drive into right field, and routine play out there for Clyde Milan, the speedy right fielder for the Senators. No problem setting up camp under that. 2 down for the catcher, Wally Shang, who's hit the ball hard twice, but is 0 for 2 to show for it. And Shang grounds that to shortstop. That's going to be right at Frank O'Rourke. Routine play on a 3-hopper, and Yankees go down in order in the 6th. So we are heading to the 7th. 3 frames left. New York leads it 4-2. And it's going to be Shanks, O'Rourke, Garrity in the pitcher spot if the Senators get anyone on. Defensive check, and for Shanks, it's going to be an error check on the shortstop, so an error rating of 3 at short. And making that play easily out there for the Yankees is Peckinpah, a gifted gloveman. So Shanks is retired, and that'll bring up Frank O'Rourke, who is 1 for 2. Single, scored a run back in the 3rd. Here comes the pitch. And tough swing and a miss. Quinn with the spitter, the closeted spitter, gets past him. Spitball, of course, was outlawed in 1920. And Burley Grimes, one of the few pitchers grandfather to use it, Jack Quinn. Not necessarily on that list, but he's doing some suspicious machinations out on the mound with the baseball near his mouth. 2 down, though, for Patsy Garrity. Here comes a pitch. And that's going to be tough to Garrity, and that's just high heat. Garrity can't catch up. Strike 3, and the Senators again go down in order. So 11 now set down in a row by Jack Quinn, who is pitching masterfully as we head to the 7th inning stretch. And again, no fun facts / horror stories today, as we're working on a deadline to get this game in. It's going to be Jack Quinn leading it off, and the Senators will look to have a pinch hitter, it looks like, the next inning. For their pitcher, and Shaq, that'll be an in-play result to Quinn, and Quinn, his 2nd double of the day. Jack Quinn is in fuego. now reached base all 3 times, 2 doubles and a walk. He's scored 2 runs. So Quinn making a name or a statement to get a little outfield playing time next to Ruth, who was another pitcher who hit pretty well in his day. In play results, 76 to Fuster, and that's going to be a fly ball into shallow center field. Easy play out there for Rice. 1 down for Roger Peckinpah. Peckinpah checks with the third base coach, and he's going to square and sacrifice here. First of all, that is going to be hit to the third baseman, and a potential error. So we'll roll for the error check on that, and at third base with an error rating of 3. Charging in is Howie Shanks, and 74. He makes the play fine and retires Peckinpah at first base, 5-3 on the sacrifice hit. Going to third base is the pitcher, Jack Quinn, and that leaves another insurance run 90 feet away for the Bambino. Ruth steps in play result, and Ruth comes through a hard line drive into right field. Coming in to score is Quinn, and that is RBI number 2 on the day for Ruth, who's now 3 for 4, and the Yankees extend their lead to 5-2 while he pipped the batter. 2 down, Shaq looking to get out of the inning, and kicks, delivers, and Pip pops it up, and on the infield, calling everyone else off, is the second baseman, Bucky Harris. He'll make the play easily. Side is retired, but the Yankees string together a couple of hits. And Jack Quinn, who has scored 3 of the Yankees' 5 tallies today, helping his own cause as we're heading to the 8th inning. New York with a 5-2 lead, and Shaq is going to be done for the day. Frank Brower will be the pinch hitter, and on to pitch will be Jose Acosta in the bottom of the 8th inning. So we are ready to go. Jack Quinn looks at the left-handed hitting Brower, gets a sign, kicks, delivers, and 44. That's going to be a ground ball down to third base, trying to go the opposite way with no success is Brower. And he is retired on a nice play by Aaron Ward. Back to the top of the order for Joe Judge. In play result to Judge, and that's going to be another ground ball. A busy man, Aaron Ward, charges in, bare hands out, whips it to first base. 2 down for the speedy Clyde Milan. Milan adjusts his grip on the bat, steps in. It's going to be a patient result, and Milan takes ball 4 high. So he trots down to first, and he will not try and steal. Sam Rice, the batter. Rice looking to pull the Senators closer, and Rice is going to get a tough result. That's going to be a ground ball down to second base, and easy play at second base for Fuster, his first ground ball chance of the game. And Side is retired, so Jack Quinn, the consecutive batters retired streak goes, but he gets out of the inning scratch-free. We head to the bottom of the 8th. New York up 5-2. And it will be Brago Roth, his second time up after replacing the ejected Bob Musial. In play result from Acosta, and Roth, his first hit of the season as he drives out over the shortstop's head. So Yankees looking to pile on another couple of runs. Start off the 8th good. Ping Bodie the batter, Acosta the pitch. In play result to Bodie, and that's going to be a ground ball down to second base and above Acosta's double play rating, so that'll be a fielder's choice. 4-6, and staying at first base is Bodie. Officially 0 for 4 today, but second time he's reached on a fielder's choice. 9, in play result to Aaron Ward, and Ward ground ball to shortstop, and that is going to be a 6-3 put out. Going to second base, the only play was Bodie, or no play at Bodie, only play at first was for Ward. So 2 down, runner in scoring position for Wally Shang, and on deck, the man nobody wants to face, Yankees pitcher Jack Quinn, who is tearing the Senators up today. It's going to be an in-play result, and they're going to dodge the dangerous Quinn as Shang pounds it into the ground, and easy play for Howie Shanks. So 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and we're heading to the last frame of the game with the Yankees leading 5-2. And Jack Quinn looking to do a complete game. He's working on a 3-hitter. All 3 of those hits came back in the 3rd inning when the Senators scored twice. He's got to get by Duffy Lewis, Bucky Harris, and Howie Shanks. Here we go. 9, an in-play result and an ominous start as Lewis rips that down the line and into the corner in left field. He's going to have a leadoff double, first Senators hit since the 3rd. And Washington clings to some faint hope as Bucky Harris comes up. Here comes a pitch, and it'll be a tough result to Harris. Harris just misses that, pops it up, and making a nice play in shallow left field is going to be the 3rd baseman, Aaron Ward. Another couple of inches, and that would have been down for a hit. Scrambling back to second base is Lewis, 1 down. Howie Shanks the batter. Shanks today is 0 for 2 with a walk. And ballpark wheelhouse. Shanks against the right-hander takes a mighty swing, and that is going to be a fly ball deep into center field, going back to the track, and all that space to pull it in is Bodie. So center field in the Polo Ground is a no man's land for deep fly balls. Bodie made a nice stretching catch of that, saved extra bases. 2 down for Frank O'Rourke. Jack Quinn, 3 strikes away. Here we go. 10. That'll be an in-play result to Quinn. And that's going to be driven into right field on a line, but it's going to be right at Braga Roth, who gloves it, and ball game is over. So the Sens get a leadoff double and strand it, and they are done. So on the day for Washington, 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error. The Yankees, 5 runs on 10 hits, no errors. And going the distance, a very nice performance. Jack Quinn with the 4-hitter gets the victory. And loser will be the crown prince of baseball, Al Schacht. And not that his complete game on the mound wasn't enough. Again, a 4-hitter, but getting the MVP honors as much for his contributions at the plate will be Jack Quinn. He was 2 for 2, 2 doubles, a walk, and 3 runs scored to pace the Yankees offense, and those 3 runs were the difference in this game. So another win for the excellent Empire. You left out a few words in evil, Robert, the Yankees. But hey, thanks to everyone for stopping by again. This is going to be a quickie, so appreciate the support. Hey, if you don't mind, on your way out of the ballpark, hit that like button. And next up, we will be back with a title defense. Peter Jackson will be back in the ring defending his title against Hank Griffin, a very capable fighter, for 15 rounds, the Glory Days Boxing Lineal Championship. So until that time, hope everyone has a great day. Thanks for checking in. The Yankees go to 8-2 on the 1921 season and have 1 more game against the Senators. Until next time, keep rolling for the fences, and hope you all have a good day. Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming. We'll see ya.